From the Bucks and boys opening the season, Tom Brady versus Dak Prescott? Well, yes, according to Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, despite a lot of chatter that Dak might not be fully healthy all season long, Jerry remains uber confident in the health of his quarterback leading up to Game 1. Take a listen.
Where would he have to be in his recovery for you to be nervous about Game 1 and Week 1 and his status and availability?
I wouldn't be nervous this morning as to where he is in his recovery. He's there. And I'd like for him to have this week of practice just to get ready to play Tampa. But, of course, we've got, 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks. But the bottom line is he's there.
Mark Schlereth with us this morning. Stink, Jerry Jones' confidence in Dak's recovery is blank.
Is supreme. He's got supreme confidence in his quarterback's recovery because he has to have supreme confidence in his quarterback's recovery. I have more confidence that Dak is going to be healthy enough to play exceptionally well than I have in Jerry's ability to run a football team. And that's by a long margin. Like, Jerry is a great businessman. As far as running a football team, I don't have any confidence in Jerry Jones because he appoints head coaches, but he doesn't empower head coaches. And that is a recipe for failure. And one of the reasons this is a team that always seems to disappoint when it comes to playoff expectations, Super Bowl expectations, and the like since Jimmy Johnson, our own Jimmy Johnson, went to the Hall of Fame. So, yeah, I have a lot of confidence in Dak. I think Dak is just an unbelievably gifted quarterback. I love his attitude, his mindset, his game, and I think Jerry definitely sees that.
Yeah, but Stink, you say all that about Jerry Jones. But did you see that drone shot to open Hard Knocks last night? Oh, the majesty of the star. Oh, my goodness gracious. Football team might be mediocre, but that drone shot, just hand them the Emmy already. My God, sports media. Before I even get to my take, my friends in the sports media, yes, the drone shot was amazing. We're all kind of... Stink, you're not included in this because even though you're in the media, you were actually an athlete. We're all kind of nerds at heart in sports media. You're allowed to hide it sometimes on social media. All of our colleagues being like, oh my God, my heart is a flutter from the drone shot. Do you know how many takes it took? Oh my goodness. Everybody take a deep breath. It was well done. It's fine. Okay, my answer, however, is Jerry Jones' confidence in Dak Prescott's recovery is forced. Because he has no other options. He knows it's like Ben DiNucci, Cooper Rush. Okay, no. How about we win through our defense? Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, we'll just pound it with Zeke. Oh, don't know about that one. So, yeah, it's forced. He needs Dak to be healthy because that is the only path forward. And he also knows that while they squandered the great advantage of having a starting quarterback, not only on a rookie salary scale, but a fourth-round pick rookie salary scale, he is now more expensive, and this is the cheapest he will ever be. Much like this is the hottest summer we've ever had up to this point in our life, but it's also the coldest summer we'll ever have for the rest of our life. This is the most expensive Dak Prescott's ever been, but it's also the cheapest he will ever be in the future. So they need to take advantage of this moment now, and Dak being unhealthy is something that's just not tenable for Jerry Jones, Kevin Wildes.
I also have some advice for my friends in sports media, some close friends. You don't always need to have a counter take. You don't. You can just say, wow, that was awesome, and it can be universal. You can get to 100% approval rating. You don't have to have a take ingrained so much in the fabric of your soul that you see an opportunity to say, I could go the other way on this one. Get to scratch my take itch. You don't have to. It can be 100% approval rate. Not talking to anybody specific,
thanks,
but just putting it out there. Okay. My answer is C in Tampa. C in Tampa. I am not worried. Dak's not worried. Jerry Jones not worried. Old Kevin Wilde's not going to be worried. And Stink, I'm going to give you a very, very specific over-under. Over-under at 58. That's the most pass attempts Dak has ever had in a game. It was last year against the Browns. I am going to take the over against the Bucs because I think Tom Brady and Bruce Arians and that team is going to be firing it on all cylinders, and Dak is going to have to throw the ball more than he ever has. Over-under is at 58. What do you got, my friend?
Oh, I've got under. I mean, you're going to have to, you have to be able to, with the offensive line that you've assembled and the way you've created your football team, you've got to be able to eliminate some of those things. The other thing about pass protection and offensive coordinators, you know, you can't allow that pass rushing football team with all the great players that Tampa has to tee off on Dak Prescott. You have to slow them down. That's a coordinator's job to slow that down. And I always think about this. If I throw it 30, 35 times, how can I get down through 3-step drops, through 5-step drops without a hitch, through play action, through run action stuff? How can I eliminate those 30 attempts down to about 12? And where we have to hold up as an offensive line, where we have to say, hey, you've got 12 opportunities to rush our quarterback in legitimacy. And if we can't hold up then we stink. And we'll have to get different players. But that's the job of the coordinator. You throw it 58 times, and then Jerry will really be worried about Dak's shoulder because that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he may have a ton of confidence. I'm sorry, they're going to watch that shoulder for the first couple games of the season. Mark Schlereth, always wonderful having you on. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Please come back. We take a turn, head up to Foxborough. Tomorrow. Talk some Patriots. Has Mac Jones moved ahead of Cam Newton to become the starting quarterback? We're back after this. Stink.
But good for him. It's good for him.
Let's see what all that money could buy. Speaking of quarterbacks, can we talk about Lamar Jackson? Just 2 years removed from his MVP season, and just 1 year, just 1 year after his first playoff win, many wondering if Lamar can finally get the Ravens to the promised land in just his 4th season. The only thing stopping him, opposing defenses, which, as he'll tell you, still haven't figured him out yet. Take a listen.
Some unnamed team officials said that this was the year that people were going to be able to figure out Lamar Jackson. Have you heard? Did you hear that, or what would your reaction be about him hearing that?
I mean, I'm gonna keep playing football. We're gonna see, but I doubt it, dude. I doubt it. I strongly doubt it.
First of all, can I just say Lamar looks jacked coming into this season. Look, we talk so much about his run game, but since 2019, look at this. Lamar, 5th in pass touchdowns and passer rating. Only Aaron Rodgers has more total touchdowns. So, Nick, what do you make of Lamar saying that he strongly doubts the league will figure him out this season?
Yeah, I agree with Lamar, and I mean, Lamar's been playing football for nearly 20 years now, and no one at any level has ever figured him out. His Pop Warner highlights are unbelievable. His high school highlights are legendary. He won a Heisman Trophy in college, and he won a unanimous league MVP his first full year as a starter. So people haven't figured out Lamar Jackson ever in the past. I don't know why they would in the future. This, to me, is always a little coded language, right? When they say we're going to figure him out, what people are really saying is the way he plays quarterback is not exactly how, in your mind's eye, you think a quarterback should play, and that's not going to be sustainable. But does Lamar need to improve in certain areas? Absolutely, but that's a different discussion. But as long as Lamar is healthy and keeps this level of athleticism, which probably is not going to be the case a decade from now, but certainly will be the case this season, barring an injury, there is no reason to believe he is about to be figured out. Lamar Jackson's problem, and I joked about it with the Josh Allen commentary, but it's true. Lamar Jackson's problem is the same problem for every single quarterback in the AFC. They can't beat Mahomes, but he can beat everybody else. And so I don't think all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is the year where Lamar Jackson becomes an average quarterback. There's no step of his football life where he has been an average quarterback, Stink.
Yeah, you know, you're 100% right. I mean, I think when you talk about the fact that has the league figured Lamar Jackson out? Well, yeah, they know exactly what Lamar Jackson is. But figuring him out and actually stopping that offense and stopping him are two exceptionally different things. I mean, Lamar Jackson, for me, is like in a league of absolute freak show athletes, he is the freakiest of all freaks. The guy is unstoppable. He's unbelievable. And what they've done and what John Harbaugh and that staff with the offense and the defense, they've created this unbelievably complimentary football team. And they have done such a good job of setting him up and playing to his strengths. And because of the way they run the ball, because of the number counts that they get, they're always in an advantage number count wise. And because of that, they're constantly doing, when they throw the ball, they're getting in one-on-one coverage situations for Lamar, and he is throwing the ball exceptionally well in those situations. So, that's not going to stop. That's not going to change because of his gift as an athlete and the way they have set up that offense.